We're going to get started with the school board meeting in closed session. The board took the following action during the closed session meeting. The board approved the non-reelection of employee number 6706. Vote was unanimous. No other action was taken in closed session meeting. At this time, we're going to open the meeting. I'd like to call the regular meeting of the SSUSD Board of Education to order. Jasmine, would you like to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
And then Inyo Kern as our breathers. To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, we'll take a moment of silence. Thank you. Tonight, before we start the meeting, I'd like to thank the Inyo Kern Elementary School for being our greeters tonight. Thank you so much. And also tonight we have a special guest. Will be our new student board member for next year with Shad Zindi, senior, who was voted by her peers. Would she please stand? Shad? Shay? Shay. Shade, sorry about that. I think it's Shade. Shade. Okay, let's start it right now with the adoption of the agenda. Any changes, Dr. Moore?
No changes.
No changes. Point two, good things. Do we have any good things to tonight?
I have lots of good things. First of all, I just wanted to, Jasmine wasn't here last month for the board meeting, but I wanted to thank her for all the work she did with the Month of the Military Child and her great kickoff dinner she had for all the military kids, and we truly appreciate all you've done for the district. And I also like to just thank all the music programs and stuff that happened over the last few weeks. I got to go to choir orchestra and band at the high school last week, and that was it's amazing the little seeds we planted with music in elementary schools, how it's trickling up to the high school now, and I just see years and years of great stuff coming for us. And enjoyed going to the adult school graduation last night. It's always a exciting one to go to, and seeing people that are older than high school students graduate and make that a milestone in their life. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Anybody else? It's touchy, those little push buttons.
So, real quick personal good things. Last week I had a daughter get married, and any day now another daughter is about to bring me a new grandchild. So, good things.
So does that mean you can't talk anymore tonight because your mic doesn't work, Bill?
Guess what? My mic magically works now.
Oh, it does.
You're out of luck there, my friend.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, at this time, point three, approval of the minutes of the special meeting of April 9th, 2026, and the special and regular meetings of April 16th, 2026. Were there any changes in the meeting? Okay, those meetings will stand. Number four, programs and presentations. This is the fun part of this little meeting we get to do today. So would we like to have presentation to Jasmine, student board member for her service of 25-26. So we're going to meet down there and do the awards. So Jasmine, first of all, the board would like to thank you for your services this year. You did a tremendous job, And I was very impressed on how you, from the dais, how you took part in all the conversations. And we want to thank you, and we want to wish you the best of luck at Regents University in Virginia Beach. So good luck. Okay, 4.2, presentation of the annual Sierra Sands Rose Awards in recognition of outstanding parent and community volunteers. Mr. Auld.
President Campbell, Superintendent Dr. Moore, members of the board, community, families, and volunteers. We're fortunate to live in a community where parents and community members take a vital interest in the lives of their children, whether it is in the activities at home or at school. Many go above and beyond what is necessary to make a difference to the children of the district. In an effort to recognize and highlight the special individuals who volunteer their services to our students and schools, Sierra Sands has established the Rose Award. This award provides an opportunity to annually honor those volunteers who generously dedicate time and energy to the success of our students. So this evening we'll recognize the Rose Award winner from each of the sites, and then one district Rose Award winner. I'm going to skip to the district winner first, because as you might have noticed, we have a large contingency in the back there. We're pretty safe right now. It's good. I would like to call School Resource Officer Elizabeth Franco up to the podium. On February 25th, School Resource Officer Elizabeth Franco demonstrated exceptional courage, decisive action, and unwavering commitment to the safety of the Mesquite High School community. Officer Franco was alerted to a student who was reportedly in possession of a loaded firearm on campus, an incident that posed an immediate and potentially devastating threat to students and staff. The irony here. I think this is irony English teachers, am I right? All right. Rather than waiting for backup, Officer Franco acted without hesitation. Drawing on her training, instincts, and sense of duty, she moved swiftly to locate and detain the student. Her quick response prevented the situation from escalating and ensured that no one on campus was harmed. Officer Franco's actions reflect the highest standards of school safety and law enforcement professionalism. Her willingness to step into danger to protect others exemplifies true bravery. Because of her decisive intervention, a potential tragic situation was resolved safely, calmly, and without incident. So today we recognize and honor Officer Franco for her courage and her steadfast dedication to the students and staff of the Sierra Sands Unified School District. Her actions on February 25th stand as a powerful reminder of the impact of a committed individual in safeguarding an entire school community. Congratulations, Officer Franco. You didn't want to say anything? Yeah.
Sergeant Arnold Pietrangelo, Corporal Cushman, Officer Galaviz, just the whole department. Thank you for always being there for me.
You're Okay, so if you need to go locate somebody in an Amber Alert, I wanted to do that first so that you guys didn't have to wait around. All right, we'll start with the sites now. What I'd like to do is call the principal forward to stand with Dr. Moore, and then be in the picture with their Rose Award winner and President Campbell. We'll take pictures here. I also wanted to point out that Ray Hawker is here from Sierra Photography, and he has indicated that he'd be willing during the intermission when we have the desserts to take pictures of families, because there's lots of families in the room. So if you'd like him to take a photo of the Rose Award winner and their families, he's willing to do that. We'll start with Fowler, and I'd like to call Principal Jennifer Brown up. The recipient of this year's Rose Award for Fowler Elementary School is Linda Blau. Linda is truly the heart and sunshine of Fowler Elementary. She is one of our amazing Sunshine Trio, 3 incredible women who always make things happen for our students, staff, and families. No matter the time, or no matter if it's late at night, early in the morning, or the middle of a busy day, Linda is always there with a smile, a helping hand, and a heart full of love for our school community. She works tirelessly behind the scenes to make every event, celebration, and opportunity special for our kids. Her kindness, dedication, and positive spirit brighten our campus every single day. Linda doesn't just support Fowler, she makes it like a family. Congratulations, Linda Blau. Our next site, Gateway Elementary School. I'd like to call Principal, no, wait a minute. No, I know who it is. I thought I was out of order there. All right. I'd like to call Principal Shelley McKenzie to the front. And I would also like to announce that the Rose Award winner is Rachel Kimbler. Rachel represents the very best of Gateway parent volunteers. She has given countless hours to our school, supporting events such as the book fair, fundraising, and timing runners at our Junior Olympics with calm, dependable energy. From classroom activities and providing teacher snacks and thoughtful personal gifts, Rachel consistently goes above and beyond to make our staff feel appreciated. Even in years when the PTO was small, Rachel remained a steady, reliable presence who ensured teachers felt supported. Her generosity and commitment have made a lasting impact on our school community. As her youngest moves on next year, Gateway will truly feel her absence. Rachel leaves a legacy of kindness and service that will be remembered for years to come. We are honored to recognize her as Gateway's outstanding parent volunteer and this year's Rose Award recipient. Now I'd like to call Principal Mark McKinney from Inyakern Elementary School. The Inyakern Elementary Rose Award winner is Shannon Salzborn. Shannon serves as a dedicated noon duty supervisor at Inyakern, always stepping in wherever she is needed, whether before school, in the front office, the cafeteria, or beyond. She takes the time to know each student by name and greets them warmly as they arrive each morning. In addition to her daily responsibilities, Shannon actively supports our school community through her involvement in the PTO. Her commitment, flexibility, and positive spirit truly reflect the values and character of the Inyakern campus. Congratulations. I'd like to call Los Flores Elementary School Principal Sarah Tate to the front. And the Los Flores Elementary Rose Award goes to Ashley McNamara. Behind every great school is a community of dedicated parents, and leading that charge this year has been Ashley. As our PTO president, she doesn't just show up, she steps up. Whether she is coordinating complex fundraisers or planning events that bring our families together, Ashley does it all with a smile and a can-do spirit. She gives the most precious gift a person can offer, her time. Tonight, we recognize her not just for the events she organized, but for the heart she puts into everything she does for our kids. Congratulations, Ashley, our Volunteer of the Year. I'd like to call Dulce Baca, Principal of Pierce Academy of the Arts. The Pierce Academy of the Arts Rose recipient is Mr. Tom Clary. Tom, affectionately known by the students and staff as Mr. Tom, for the prestigious is the recipient of the prestigious Rose Award. As a dedicated member of our Watchdogs program, Mr. Tom has become a pillar of positivity and a vital part of the Pierce community. Every morning, Mr. Tom is the first face our Pierce Panthers see. He greets each student with a warm smile and his signature "Hi Pa," setting a joyful and welcoming tone for the school day. His commitment was evident from the very beginning of the year when he dove headfirst into our healthy play training, playing tag and high-fiving alongside teachers, parents, and staff with infectious enthusiasm. Mr. Tom truly embodies the spirit of selfless service. Beyond his daily presence, he went above and beyond by serving as our Santa Claus for the holiday program, bringing an extra touch of magic to our campus. He makes an effort to remember students' names and engages them or with them personally, making every child feel seen. He shapes our school culture by offering encouragement that can turn a student's entire day around. The Rose Award honors those who serve as the bedrock of a community. Mr. Tom is a shining example of a devoted volunteer and a true champion for our students. It is with great pride that we recognize him as the Rose Award recipient. Next up, we have Richmond Elementary School and Principal Katie Benedum. And the Richmond Elementary School Rose Award recipient is Catalina Connell. It's an honor to celebrate Catalina, or Kat, someone who truly does it all for the Richmond community, whether she's crunching numbers as our PTO treasurer or rolling up her sleeves for campus beautification days. Kat is always the first to step up and help out. She has a real gift for seeing the big picture and always offers great ideas on how we can help Richmond continue to grow and thrive. Kat's heart for service and her dedication to our students make her an essential part of the Richmond family. We appreciate Kat's dedicated service and want to congratulate her as our Rose Award recipient. Next up is VWIC STEM Academy, and I'd like to welcome up Marina Amador, Principal. The Rose Award recipient is Cindy Chong. Cindy has been an incredibly involved and dedicated parent on our campus. She volunteers regularly in the classroom, attends field trips, and enthusiastically supports school events. She is also the creative mind behind many of VWIC's standout posters. Cindy's energy, talent, and commitment make a tremendous impact on our community. We are truly fortunate to have her as a VWIC parent. Congratulations to Cindy, the VWIC STEM Academy Rose Award recipient. Now I'd like to call Principal David Andreessen, China Lake Junior High School. The China Lake Rose Award recipient is Cynthia Swafford. We are proud to recognize our Rose Award winner for her outstanding dedication and service to our school community. She is truly a vital part of our parent group, consistently going above and beyond to support both students and staff. Her efforts in organizing and assisting with fundraisers have helped provide valuable resources for our school. while her involvement in student recognition ensures that our students feel seen, celebrated, and appreciated. Her positive attitude, reliability, and willingness to help wherever needed makes a lasting impact on our school. We are incredibly grateful for her continued support and proud to honor her with this well-deserved recognition. Next, I'd like to invite Ms. Carrie Cope, Principal, Burroughs High School. The Burroughs High School Rose Award recipient is Diane Wanacott. We are pleased to recognize Diane as our Rose Award recipient. For the past 25 years, Diane has devoted her support to the Burroughs High School Music Boosters and performing arts programs. During this time, Mrs. Wanacott has supported the programs as her 10 children have participated in the performing arts, served as marching band, drum majors, and even returned to the district to teach music. Often her work has been behind the scenes and perhaps unrecognized by many. Diane is known for her generosity, kindness, and nurturing spirit. She always takes time to see that the needs and recognition of others are not overlooked. Mrs. Wanacott has played an instrumental role as a parent chaperone on the Hawaii trips, helping students manage safe air travel and ensuring an enjoyable experience for students. Her continuous support for the performing arts has helped strengthen the BHS music program and uplifted countless students and families. Please join us in congratulating Diane Wanacott as the Burroughs High School Rose Award recipient. Not sure, Mr. Cosner? No. Okay, so, teacher in charge after hours. Let's give Ann a hand. Before I give this, I just want to point out to the principals that I made sure you were recognized and received applause tonight as well. So you can remember that. All right, the Mesquite High School Rose Award recipient is Sue Hess. We would like to proudly recognize Sue Hess as this year's Rose Award recipient. Sue has consistently gone above and beyond in her support of our students, showing up with donations, snacks, and a genuine desire to help in any way she can. She doesn't just give, she shows up with a warm smile, a kind heart, and always asks what more is needed. Heather's Closet once was simply a large storage room. Through hard work, dedication, and the support of people like Sue, has been transformed into a welcoming, take-what-you-need thrift store for our students. It has become a place where students can find essentials, feel supported, and know they are cared for. She is a shining example of compassion, service, and selflessness, and we are incredibly grateful for all she continues to do. Sue is more than deserving of this recognition. Congratulations for being the Mesquite Rose Award recipient. So I'd like to move if we're taking pictures.
You know, in a school district, you can't do it without your volunteers, and so we do. We thank our volunteers so much for all the dedicated hours that you've all put in for our students. We really appreciate it. At this time, we'll go to 4.3, presentation of service awards to district retirees. The talents and contributions of district employees are the key to the success of the students of the Sierra Sands Unified School District. Near the end of each school year, the Board of Education takes
the time to recognize the service and dedication of these employees who have retired during the current year or will be retiring at the end of this current year. We have 7 certificated and 5 classified employees for 12 total that will be recognized this evening for their distinguished and dedicated service to the district. And I will call them up one by one to be recognized and to receive their hourglass. We will start with the most veteran person in the room, Miss Beverly Eubank. Bev served in many roles, teacher, assistant principal, and this year supporting human resources as the director of human resources. She started in 1984 and will retire in July of this year. Congratulations, Bev. The next retiree we'd like to recognize, Mr. Chris Osterman. Chris started at Murray Junior High School, but spent most of his career at Burroughs, where he has served as the science department chair, math department chair, AP biology, and then at the end of his career decided to try out assistant principal, which doesn't ever happen. So thank you. He started in 1987, so I believe this is his 39th year. Yeah. Alrighty. Let's give it up for Chris. Next, I'd like to call Marcia Dittler. Marcia has been an art teacher at Burroughs High School for approximately 28 years. She started in 1998, and she is retiring this year. Congratulations, Marcia. Not entirely sure the next person's here. Is Judy Dwyer here? I used to work with Judy, and I could have predicted she wouldn't have come, but Judy is retiring. She has served for 28 years. She was also hired in 1998, and she's taught math at Burroughs High School during that time. Next, I'd like to call up Mr. Randy Hanna. Randy has taught auto shop at Burroughs High School since 2003. He's also the world record holder for Powder Puff Championship coaching. And he's worked on a lot of people's cars. Congratulations, Randy. Been corrected. He's not retiring from Powder Puff. Got it. All right. Next we have Eileen Poole. It says here that Eileen is an English teacher, which she is, but she's also the drama teacher and drama director. She started in 2005, and as most of you know, she serves as the president of the Desert Area Teachers Association. Congratulations, Eileen. Not sure if Mr. Thompson's here. No, Mr. Thompson teaches industrial arts at Burroughs High School. This was his second career after serving in the military and then working on base for many years. So we appreciate his contributions. Those were the certificated retirees. Now we'll move to the classified retirees. I'd like to recognize Diane Pipkin. Diane served in many roles during her career, but finished as the library textbook technician. She was hired in 1996, and this is year 30 for her. Congratulations, Diane. Next, I'd like to call Melanie Christie. Melanie has also served in many roles in her time with Sierra Sands, but most recently as the operations technician for transportation. I wanted to point out that some of the police have stayed back because they consider Melanie a partner, as she has volunteered with CERT for many years as well. Let's recognize Melanie. Next, I'd like to recognize Dorothy Megbroff. I don't see her. So she is a custodian. She's been a custodian at several different sites, hired in 2008. I know the next one's here. I'd like to recognize Christopher Sutton. Chris served as a custodian, and when he retired, he was serving as the instructional supply and equipment technician for athletics and for academics. He was hired in 2012, served for 14 years in the Sierra Sands Unified School District. Please help us congratulate Chris Sutton. And finally, we'd like to recognize Lori Perry. Lori was a noon duty supervisor at Gateway Elementary School, worked for the district for 12 years. So I think at this time, we'll do a group picture with my exit.
So, at this time, there will be a brief reception in the lobby to greet and congratulate the retirees and other award recipients. So we'll take a brief time to have that greetings. Thank you for everyone that came tonight. Okay, at this time, we'll resume the Sierra Sands School Board meeting. We're in number 7, reports and communication, student members report. At this time, we'll hand it over to Jasmine.
Okay, guys, last one. I'll be honest, though, this one's kind of long, so just bear with me. Over the past month, Buick has been buzzing with activity and celebration. Our Lunch on the Lawn event was a tremendous success, and the Hornet Day that afternoon was equally joyful. We extend a heartfelt thank you to the families who took time out of their day to join their children on the lawn, and to the volunteers who came back to help make Hornet Day run smoothly in the afternoon. Our third grade students enjoyed a special visit from BHS Drama, who brought the arts to life with an engaging performance. This month also featured the final showcase from our Project Lead the Way robotics class. Guests were invited to explore an impressive range of student-designed robots, from dogs that could wag their tails to vending machines and roller coasters. It was a wonderful display of creativity, engineering, and hands-on learning. We are also incredibly proud to share that our robotics and science teacher, Mrs. Hardy, was selected as one of the District Junior High Teachers of the Year. Her dedication, innovation, and leadership continue to elevate our STEM program, and we are thrilled to celebrate her achievement. In addition, 4 students and 2 chaperones attended the Cisco STEM field trip in San Francisco at Cisco headquarters. Man, try saying that 3 times fast. Where they explored cutting-edge technology and learned more about careers in the tech industry. We also celebrated Purple Up Week with a military-themed Spirit Week to honor and recognize our military-connected students. These themed days brought great energy and appreciation across campus. Our final STEM Family Night of the year was a huge success, with the science behind ice cream making, invisible ink, and fun geology activities. We welcomed our incoming 2026-27 families as well. End-of-year field trips are in full swing. 2nd grade went on health technology field trip, and our 8th graders enjoyed their class trip to Six Flags. Each grade level is planning their own end-of-year celebrations to close out the year with joy and connection.
We are looking forward to one more big Hornet Day, with an end-of-year water day on the last day of school. We are also gearing up for 8th grade promotion and a symbolic exit for our 6th grade students through the 7th and 8th grade gate the last day of school. And finally, most importantly, state testing is officially over. Good times for everybody. We launched the testing season with our Soaring to Success space-themed assembly, where the principal arrived dressed as an astronaut. Students created their own astronaut names, which doubled as their testing ID cards, helping them step into a fun, focused, and confident testing persona. Each morning, the principal greeted students and families in full astronaut gear on the curb, setting a positive, engaging tone for testing. Students began testing each day by walking through our front gate under a space-themed arch, symbolically launching into their test mission. Across campus, motivational space quotes and planetary banners created an uplifting atmosphere during the important 3-week testing window. The entire campus felt like mission control, encouraging students to stay focused, confident, and ready for takeoff. In the afternoons, classes have been working on the school-wide catapult challenge that will culminate with a catapult competition all day tomorrow. To deepen the learning, TechGrid came to teach students about the mechanics behind catapults and the real-world applications, an exciting way to inspire and motivate our STEM learners and keep students engaged during testing. Buick is soaring into the final stretch of the year with excitement, community, and pride. We are looking forward to an exciting year 2 in 2026-27. Go Hornets. For China Lake Junior High School, down here at China Lake High School, the school year is winding down. You can hear the busy footsteps all around this little town. The end is coming quickly and there's plenty left to do, but our students and our staff, they keep pulling through. State testing wrapped up last week, pencils finally laid to rest. Our students worked so hard and they truly gave it their best. Now the pressure is easing slowly as we roll towards summertime, and we're proud of every student as they cross that finish line. Our 8th graders hit the highway for their trip to Magic Mountain 2, making memories with their classmates underneath those skies so blue. There was laughter on the roller coaster, smiles from ear to ear, the kind of moments students carry with them year to year. Earlier this week, the music filled the evening air so sweet, as our band and orchestra gave performances hard to beat. From the first note to the last one, all of their hard work clearly showed, and our talented young musicians made our Phoenix pride explode. Now award ceremonies are waiting just around the bend, and promotion day is coming as another chapter ends. While we celebrate our students and the progress they have made, we are also making plans for next year's future to be laid. Schedules, staffing, goals, and programs, all the work has now begun, preparing for another year of learning, growth, and fun. As through every step we take, we want the board and district to know your continued support and partnership help our students learn and grow. So from all of us at China Lake, we simply want to say thank you for your dedication each and every day. We appreciate the guidance and encouragement you send, and we look forward to finishing this school year strong together in the end. From Mesquite Continuation High School for Alt Ed, while students had fun with activities at the end of April, including prom and spirit days like What Do You Mean, and where Mr. Cosner was just a chill guy, May has been comprised primarily of CASP and PFT state assessments as well as preparation for finals. For Mesquite Continuation High School, the Tech Day in the Park was an even greater success than expected. Students shared how much they enjoyed the presentation of job opportunities, not just the rides. On Friday, we will celebrate their 4th quarter barbecue provided by Child Nutrition. They get to recognize various academic achievements and those who have already graduated in preparation for next week. 14 more students have graduated since the last board meeting, bringing our total to 40, and we still have a little more time as we approach the final days. For High Desert High School, a small group of students left this week for San Francisco to participate in a STEM field trip orchestrated by Cisco. The company is paying for the flight to Northern California so students across the state can collaborate. High Desert hosted its spring family social back on the 13th. Current, incoming, and prospective families were all invited to learn about the program offerings, sign agreements, and engage with other students and families. It was a great turnout featuring student presentations on the programs. For the middle college program, students were excited to present their passion projects on the 14th. It started with a gallery walk, and several students gave oral presentations. Middle college services at CCCC culminated in attending the commencement ceremony last Friday, the 15th. This endeavor was the start of a great tradition where each cohort will get to see their peers earn a college degree in anticipation of earning their own. Now they just have high school finals remaining. Go Bobcats and Dragons. For Burroughs High School, as we near the end of the year, students are excited for summer vacation. Burroughs has been busy. Prom was held last month. Sergeant Podell and Cassidy Good were crowned prom king and queen, which, fun fact, they're actually a couple, so it was really nice to see. Students completed AP and state testing. I can vouch for that. And so can Mr. Osterman. He helped me plan my retake for the AP calculus exam. We're all finally done, guys. ASB hosted a blood drive, and many students and staff donated. Last week, the band, choir, and orchestra had their final concerts of the year. This week, seniors went back to their elementary schools and participated in a graduation parade and celebration. The community supported our outstanding students through scholarships at the annual awards ceremony. Tonight is the yearbook extravaganza where students will receive their yearbooks, take pictures, play games, and sign their friends' yearbooks. I should know, a lot of work has gone into making the book. That's actually where I'm going right after this report, and I'm really excited. The day seniors and their families have been waiting for, graduation, takes place on Friday, May 29th. Congratulations to our seniors. Spring athletics did outstanding. Girls track and field are MRL champions for the third year in a row. 27 track and field athletes qualified for CIF championships. 6 athletes moved on to compete in the CIF Division III finals. The boys tennis team finished second in the MRL. BHS hosted Malibu High School for the first round of CIF. The team played well, but unfortunately did not move on. Double players Everett Dickey and Christian Gilbert are MRL champions. They participated in CIF championships today. Golfer Caleb Villicana finished second in the MRL and placed in CIF championships. For the swim team, Dustin Bowie is the DSL champion for the 100-meter breaststroke and 50-meter freestyle events. The boys swim team also qualified to compete in the 200 medley relay, 200 freestyle relay, and 400 freestyle relay in CIF championships. The baseball team finished first in the MRL and are champions. They hosted Redondo Union last Friday. Congratulations to all our teams and athletes. And just real quick, because she's sitting right here, Shade is actually going to be a captain for next year's track team. So. And then before I conclude my report, I just want to say thank you to the board members, staff, and community for allowing me to step into this role, especially to Dr. Moore and Mrs. Kramer for all of their help in helping me set up and execute the Month of the Military Child Dinner. It meant more than you know to be able to give back to our students and families for all of their service and sacrifice. I hope I have served the district well and wish everyone the best of luck for the upcoming school year.
Thank you, Jasmine, and we look forward to seeing you at graduation.
Sir,
We look forward to seeing you at graduation.
I will be there. I'll actually open up the whole thing.
Beautiful. In charge once again. We like that.
Never ends.
Yeah. At this time, we'll go to 7.2, report from the members of the board. Mr. Ferris?
So I think it's been mentioned already, what a time of year, right? There are just so many things that allow us to focus on the amazing things that are going on in our district. And I look back over the last few weeks with the Employee of the Year Awards ceremony, what a wonderful event that was, and recognizing the service of so many employees. I don't know if, I think many of you have notated that you've been able to attend the Pierce Art Exhibit at the Madawaska Museum. I was there today. It was amazing. The Burroughs High School music performances last week were outstanding, showing tremendous growth and success for students, and just another example of the breadth that we provide for students in their educational process and preparing them for the world. Just so many skills that are picked up along the way by the fabulous work that our staff and employees perform. And then, of course, last night with the, as was mentioned, the adult school graduation, there's always a heart-moving story or two for folks who were not successful in the conventional track and found an opportunity to get back on track and complete that educational process and move forward in life. And it's heartwarming, and again, it's good to feel a part of that kind of thing. I also had the opportunity this last weekend to attend the California School Boards Association Delegate Assembly. Some of the things we reviewed we're the SOS for Student Success, which is the Closing the Achievement Gap initiative, and I know we all passed a resolution to that effect. I am told we were the first in the state of California to pass a resolution, so go Sierra Sands. It is moving well through the legislature. It passed, the 4 different initiatives passed unanimously through committee. They also all got out of finance and are now either, some of them have already passed the floor of the assembly, but are all expected, they have bipartisan support, and they are all expected to pass the assembly. The next battle will be in the state senate. So stay tuned for any calls that will come out for us to continue to support that. I believe we're heading in a good direction in that way, and I believe it's really powerful to see school boards leading that charge. So often there's kind of a backseat taken and let the legislature lead the way, and I think this is a good time for us to understand that really it is local school boards that should be providing the governance and the direction, and for us to step up and say, hey, this is the kind of attention this crisis needs for us to resolve, and let's do it together, I think is a very powerful approach, and I really take my hats off to all of you who have gotten on that bandwagon as well. And then we are also seeing a real strong support for, CSBA was kind of the first one out of the gate to challenge the governor when he decided that Proposition 98 ought to be able to be manipulated by the other branches of the government. It is in the Constitution. It should not be manipulated in that way. And all of our other partners in education are really stepping up and taking the position that we have set forth in the beginning that says no. The Constitution says this is guaranteed funding for education and should not be manipulated. If you need to make an adjustment, the Constitution provides for those kind of adjustments. You need to use the proper process, so it's really refreshing to see that kind of movement happen as well. So that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Veras. Anybody else?
Cannot be as amazing as Mr. Ferris, but I just want to just say that this year was like a whirlwind of things moving, things changing, and I believe it was all for the best. We have our kids doing wonderful programs and moving up into high school and hopefully knowing many more instruments and voices and artwork, and there's just so many changes that our community went through, and we hung on and stayed together, and we're not, running over each other in the streets, which is good. And this is the good time of year for the teachers. I know that because it's only a week left. So, congratulations.
Thank you, Mary. Anybody else?
I just have one thing. Robert and I and Mr. All got to go to Syracuse graduation on Friday. That was exciting to see a lot of our local students getting their associates through Syracuse or certifications. It's also nice to see our middle college kids sitting in the bleachers like Jasmine talked about and watching what they can do in a couple of years. So that's exciting to see. And I agree with Mary. The whole this week, Dr. Moore presented at Rotary. I'm in Rotary, and she presented essentially where we've been in the last 3 years and where we are today. And it's just nice to see that over the past 3 years, something that the board and the district put in place came to fruition, and it's actually working out as a great success. And I'm really proud of the community and the teachers and staff and everybody that got on board and kind of saw the vision and kind of follow through with it. If you look at this, I mean, that's a kind of all that's coming together as a plan. So it's exciting to see all the work that we've been doing over the last few years. I mean, for decades, but the last 3 years, in particular, with all the new things we started up, it's been kind of an epic journey for the district, and I'm really proud to be part of it. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And the board's already talked about recent events, the employee awards night, and then tonight, both hosted or emceed by Mr. Auld Brian, I always appreciate watching you. You make it look so easy, and I truly appreciate your sense of humor, so thanks.
Thank you. Couple things. You know, it is a busy time of the year, and I just got to say that I took my grandkids to Nemo, and what a beautiful play that was. They loved that thing, and I tell you, those young kids at that age, that was just impressive how they acted and did that play. Also, I was able to go to the adult graduation, and I got to see the BHS orchestra. The family picnic at Pierce, that was a really cool thing. We got to sit out there, we're on the lawn during lunch, and I really enjoyed doing that, seeing all the different kids. And it was just a casual little thing, and it kind of reminded me of my college days. We used to have this kickback area right outside the cafeteria where we'd, after lunch, we'd go out there and sit and chat. And it kind of reminded me of that. And that's kind of a cool thing, I think, for those kids and parents to do, that they did at Vieweg. Also, my heart with the high school baseball team playing Redondo Union. What a great year they had. You know, it's always a bummer when they lose a first game in the playoffs, but that league is tough. And I'm going to tell you what, it was so awesome to see our baseball team. I can't remember the last time we won a league title in baseball, but it was a great game. They almost came back and won that. I think they lost 7-6. And the last thing that I'd like to say is just a thank you to all the principals and teachers. I mean, being a principal, that is a tough job. I just can't thank you enough for all your leadership that you have through all the elementary schools. All the elementary schools that I've visited, the teachers are right on. Their classrooms look so professional, and I just want to thank you all for what a great year you guys have done this year. So thank you so much. And with that, we will go to the superintendent's report with Dr. Moore.
Thank you, President Campbell. So I would like to highlight the attendance for this month, or this past month. It's kind of an interesting calculation, but from month 8, last year to this year, we are up 3.5%, actually 3.66%. And that's another testament to the tremendous work led by our principals, implemented by their staff, their teacher teams and support staff, and we are seeing the results. So I wanted to highlight that. Since the last board meeting, we held our annual Walk for Autism with great community support, and I thank Ms. Amy Self for her leadership, along with the full committee that makes that happen. We held our final Superintendent's Council of the year, our final LCAP Advisory Committee meeting. All the things are closing down, but we are so thankful for the many parent leaders and staff members who regularly attend these, and in the case of LCAP, our students as well, providing input, making recommendations, and helping to ensure that our action plans are informed and representative of community interests and priorities. And those will be coming forward in the next few meetings for discussion, public hearing, and action. I've been holding a series of listening sessions at each of our schools to connect with staff and hear what's working and how we can continue to improve. And many of the sentiments that have been shared this evening are what they're sharing. There's a lot of thankfulness for the wonderful people we work with. They love their teams, they love their colleagues, they're having a fun year. Of course, there are things we can improve, and that's what we're there to listen as well. But there's a lot of joy, and that's so wonderful to see. This morning, we launched Coffee with the Superintendent with the community, and taking that listening session approach to the community, our first of a series, and appreciated the members of the community, some parents, some community. They just came to chat and talk and say what they like and what they're hearing, and then things that they're wondering about, and a chance to just have a dialogue. And I would like to also point out that all of us throughout those conversations were following our social contract that we have on that sign there and that we've been committing to as a district, but our community is joining us on that. So that was a fun conversation. I look forward to additional ones. And as was mentioned, our Employee of the Year, so many various awards and events are such a great time, but we do have amazing staff members, and we love to celebrate them, as we've been doing with Classified Week recently. This evening for our retirees, they're just great opportunities to remind us and them of what a difference we make. But for the remainder of my presentation, I'd like to actually go down and present our annual state of the district. So I'm going to move seats. And as was mentioned, I shared a teaser of this information at Rotary, but it's not the exact same presentation, because we didn't want to give it away too much. But we have had a fantastic year, and I'm honored to share our updates. We know last year and the last few years were about laying the foundation and planning and listening and making some difficult but necessary decisions. And this year was the year of implementation. We brought those plans to life. We moved from design to implementation, from reorganization to coherence, and from systems work to lived student and staff experience, which is what it's all about. And so I want to highlight some of that tonight. And so as you see here, the year mattered because it's the moment when our ideas met reality. We didn't just prepare for change, but we implemented it. So this year, our new schools opened. Our new boundaries took effect. Our new leaders stepped in and new systems began operating, and we're still building additional systems. So this is not about arriving, it's about the journey, and we are going forward, and we are seeing the results, and we are on the right path. Most importantly, our students and staff have felt the changes in action, have experienced it, and that's the result of the listening sessions that we've been hearing is it's working. We're okay. We're not in crisis mode. We are moving forward. We are in implementation, and it is about student learning. And through our decisions this year and our implementation, we've been using the board objectives that you confirmed and drafted as our guiding force and our through line. If we're making a decision, it needs to connect to one or more of these elements, and that has been front and center for us. So we appreciate that and use that for decisions, anything from academic to operational to relational. As you see, all about engagement is the relationship with the student, graduate, and our goal at the center there, the portrait graduate. So while I won't necessarily call these out throughout the entire slides, it is the theme behind all of the work that we'll be sharing here. And so again, we launched our reorganization, new schools, new boundaries, grade spans, staffing models, all at once. We operated this year with stronger staffing to open our year than we have in recent history. We had more staff, and that resulted in fewer disruptions. So one thing that we did not have this year, we're closing schools for overflow and busing them or moving them to other schools, which we have had in recent history several weeks into the school year. I don't want kindergartners to be crying and saying goodbye to their friends and teachers because their class is full. Our reorganized district, updated boundaries were designed to solve that problem, and it is working. So this doesn't happen by chance. It's the result of intentional planning, an earlier hiring timeline to make sure we're filling those critical staff positions with highly qualified staff, and shared accountability, checking and monitoring and making sure that we're getting the results that we're wanting. From a governance lens, as our governance team, this matters because it ultimately protects student learning. We clarified options for families so they knew what their choices were and they chose them, and we strengthened our district operational system. The stability we've achieved through the process has allowed us to focus more on classroom learning. And that is where, as we go forward, you'll hear that as a theme, because we're not in crisis and we're not in chaos and we're not desperate for humans. We still have room for growth and we're still filling positions. So please apply if you hear me. And if you're interested, we likely have a space for you. But we're making some great progress, and it is working. And so here's what it's all about, our students and their learning. And you can see some highlights. Our student-centered coaching program that we do to lead and support our instructional staff has earned national and statewide recognition. Confirming our focus on instructional growth is making a difference. At the same time, we've been building our portrait of a graduate through the learner progressions behind the scenes in some committees, and we're about ready to do a soft launch with our staff and a full launch in the fall. We're very excited. about that. And then you see examples and the pictures of some of the hands-on learning taking place, many of what you've already referenced today, STEM and VAPA at our magnet schools, but also at our schools across the district. Fun, engaged, relevant, and deep learning is taking place. And we have more awards. We added to our list of showcase schools. You can see Las Flores, Gateway, and Fowler this year. We added to our list of Purple Star schools, adding China Lake to the group of Richmond and Las Flores. We value the relationships and the supports for our military-connected students and families, for capturing kids' hearts for all students and families, and making sure that we're very intentional about it. And we know that achievement grows, that student learning grows best in environments where students are known and valued. But we also engage our staff. We know that they're the critical leverage point of how we get those results for our students. And we continue to have regular meetings with our labor leaders. We have school site listening sessions, as I've mentioned earlier, and consistent communication. We're looking for feedback, internal, external feedback, what is working and what is going to make us even better and stronger. I applaud the board and cabinet for being reflective. For when we miss a step, we regroup and seek to rebuild those partnerships. Our social contract in action is helping guide us as well, listening and learning together for a stronger community of students, families, staff, and community. And so I'd like to highlight today, we had the final endorsement and are ready to to print our posters, because we asked, and actually our parent leaders and superintendent's council challenged us. They said the social contract is great, but it can't stop with the district. We need to go bigger. We need to go to the entire community, and so we did. We shared it at the Economic Outlook Conference, and we had tremendous support from the participants in the room. And as a result of our work in advocacy and partnership, we have endorsements of not only our school district and the board in leading that action. The city of Ridgecrest has endorsed us. Recently, the Chamber of Commerce confirmed their endorsement. And just today, Mr. Ald and I went to Bakersfield and participated in the Kern Community College District board meeting, where they endorsed and passed a resolution which will allow Saracoso's logo to be the fourth logo on those posters. PACRAP, as our community partner, has agreed to print the posters, and so that anyone in the community can go and purchase a poster, because we can't gift the public funds, of course, but we can provide the image, we can have it endorsed by our community, and any business, any home, any nonprofit can now get that poster. And so we'll be activating that final image here shortly, and it'll be available this summer. So we're very excited about that work, because it's not just our staff, it's about the community. So I'm kind of jumping ahead, but that is a fun update that is timely from today. When we think of our staff, we also think about leadership, and leadership at all levels. It doesn't mean a role. You don't have to be a principal or an assistant principal. They should be leaders. They are leaders. But every level of staff are leaders, and we're building that. And so when you look at the bottom of this image, our leadership seminar is building that pipeline and that culture of leadership. We just had our final graduating class on Tuesday from our recent cohort. So we try to do a cohort in the fall and the spring. And so our spring cohort just wrapped up on Tuesday. We're so excited to see them developing as leaders. We invested in our principals with executive leadership coaching, adding to their skills alongside cabinet and the board. And we're building an evolving cabinet team with our deputy superintendent role to help us build and work outside of our silos, but together and integrate. And that's all been intentional part of this design, because we want our work to live beyond one person. And we saw and heard 12 wonderful people retiring tonight. And with them leaves some institutional knowledge. Part of what we're trying to do with leadership is to build the pipeline and the capacity so that when they go to their well-earned retirement, the system doesn't struggle and we don't suffer, the kids don't suffer, that we have coherence, we have sustainability, and that's all something we can do and build with our leadership support. And with our engaged community, we've done a few things that we haven't really focused on the spotlight so much. But again, intentional and systematic. We're providing multiple avenues for listening and dialogue. Adding our website we launched this summer is much easier to update across the board. So our site staff are updating, it's posting to social media. We're trying to get out the great word of what's working for our students. And newsletters and such, internal and external, I didn't mention under engaged staff, but our special ed team has been phenomenal under the leadership of Nicole Henson and adding a special ed newsletter for all staff to celebrate and showcase and help to educate, building capacity, because special ed students are all of our students, and we are committed to all students, as we know, but that's part of that messaging. And then stewardship and stability. So throughout all of this, fiscal responsibility has remained a priority. We've maintained a positively certified budget while investing in system improvements that reduce risk and increase efficiency, particularly in human resources and onboarding, some of these behind-the-scenes things that we don't see or hear about, but they're essential to our stability as an organization, as is the financial piece. And I'll just remind us what we did not do in March that many other districts were doing were a tremendous number of layoffs for staff. And that is so painful, and that's painful to the relationships that we want to build. That doesn't happen by accident, that we don't lay off. That is all intentional. That is by design because of the stewardship that we take so seriously here as a governance team. And so this year has reinforced important lessons. Large-scale change, like we have experienced, requires trust and transparency, clear communication, input, investing early in people, coaching, and systems, preventing disruption later. So building intentionality, listening, adjusting as needed, and activating the entire team, because we know we can't do this alone. Relationships are not an add-on, they are foundational to effective systems. And so where do we go from here? The work is no longer new, it's becoming our standard practice, where focus is shifting from launching the initiatives and implementing to improving, refining, sustaining them, always through the lens of student learning and well-being, using our board objectives as our guiding light. And so you'll see the things that we have coming forward, deepening our instructional coherence, the full rollout in the fall of our Portrait of a Graduate with some marketing campaign around it, continued leadership development and capacity building, and refining and optimizing our systems. We have not arrived, but we are moving quite forward on our journey together. And I'd like to close with gratitude for the board's leadership and partnership, for our dedicated staff, and for a community that believes in its schools. This was a significant year of implementation, and because of our collective and collaborative efforts, I'm confident in where we are and where we're headed together. So I'm happy to answer any questions, but thank you. The future is bright, and it is because of our team in SSUSD.
Thank you, Dr. Moore. Does he have any questions? All right, thank you so much. At this time, we'll go to report of the Board of Trustees of California School. Oh, no, excuse me, I don't want to skip you. I know, it's your last time. I don't. Report of the Board of Trustees by the Desert Area Teachers Association. Eileen, come on up.
Do the walk. Michael Jackson.
President Campbell, Dr. Moore, board members, and everybody back there. So the very first thing I want to do is introduce next year. I don't know if you've heard, but I'm retiring.
Yeah.
It's kind of been a secret. So I wanted to just introduce the new board. It's been, I believe, 7 years with me. So we have a new president, Cheyenne Reagan. Same old vice president, Kathy McCoy. Super experience. And then Heather Schusler is our treasurer. And our secretary, Tristan, is not here. And then we'll get the rest of the people they will get the rest of the people appointed and all that. So they're the new people. Okay, So it's the end of the year, and there's a whole lot going on, and the positive stuff is the good things, right? We've built, I had a big day. We built relationships with kids, right? We've seen kids grow, we've seen kids struggle. So in one sense, it's the same every year, right? And that's probably why we keep coming back. And then there are always some kind of issues, right? And not just because things don't get fixed, but we're always striving to do better, right? I think we're all doing that, so we're aware. And the problems, you know what the problems are, they know what the problems are, and they're not gonna be mine really soon. So, I just wanted to take a minute and get like a little personal, because being president has just been phenomenal, and I feel so, so grateful that Data let me do it. It's not like there were a ton of people trying to get the job, but it was a goal of mine from the second I became a teacher. My dad is an immigrant, and part of the American dream was union membership, and I really believe that. And so getting to be in a union and then being president and really getting to represent everybody. And so many things that we've done together, and a lot that nobody ever gets to find out about, right? Because like it's personnel issues. And it still just means a lot to me that we get along, that we're able to have these disagreements. Although if you would just take our first offer, we could get done a lot sooner. And if you give a really big raise next year when I'm not here, please don't. Nothing.
Let the record show that the President of the Union asked us not to give a big raise next year.
Hold on. Anyway, it's just been a real thrill to be able to work with you and to feel like there's that mutual trust. And obviously we disagree. That's what keeps it strong. And there's always going to be that. But I just feel super, super fortunate that I got to do it. And I'm feeling really good about who's taking over, because we've got experienced people and new people with new ideas. So I don't know where I'm going to be doing my stand-up now, but if I get a venue, I will certainly let you know. So thank you so much.
Enjoy the days, Eileen. 7.5, report of the Board of Trustees by California School Employees Association. Sylvia. Nope.
Just in case you didn't know. Okay, so it was a long day, and I got home and realized that I hadn't wrote anything, so I've been working on that right now. Okay, stop. Good evening, President Campbell, board members, Dr. Moore, Dr. Savko, community and staff. Classified staff are often the first people students see in the morning and often the last people they see before going home. We transport students safely, support them in classrooms, feed them, assist them with special needs, maintain campuses, and help ensure schools operate smoothly. Yet, despite the essential role we play, many classified employees continue to struggle financially just to survive. At our last chapter meeting, it was discussed that the cost of living does not change depending on your job title or salary. Bread, a gallon of gas, or milk all cost the same whether you make $16.90 an hour or $250,000 a year. But for the most part, the classified staff who are living on wages that are barely above minimum wage. These costs are becoming impossible to keep up with. We recently began negotiations with the district, and the first counterproposal we received was a 0% increase to our pay scale. To say that was disappointing would be an understatement. I had the responsibility as president of delivering that message to my chapter members during our monthly chapter meeting. Chapter members who are hardworking employees who come to work every day already stretched thin financially, and I can stretched thin financially, it did not go over well, nor should it have. It is difficult for classified staff to understand how the district can continue spending money on lots of travel, discussing possible uniforms for bus drivers, and even possibly paying to have those uniforms cleaned, contracting out para work and transportation, while simultaneously telling its own employees there's nothing available for wages. Our employees are not asking to become rich. We are asking for a livable wage, because minimum wage is not a livable wage. Many classified employees work multiple jobs and struggle to pay basic bills while continuing to show up for students every single day. That is not sustainable and is not acceptable for the people that the district depends on so heavily. In addition to better pay, classified staff also need meaningful training opportunities. We are expected to handle increasing responsibilities and complex student needs, yet too often we are not provided with the consistent training and professional development necessary to succeed and grow in our roles. I have and will continue to advocate for classified staff to be properly trained as we classified staff alongside teachers work with some very challenging students. Investing in classified staff is investing in students. When employees feel valued, respected, trained, and fairly compensated, schools function better for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. At this time, 8.1 approval, or excuse me, 7.6 communications from the public. And public may address the board on an item not on the agenda. Comments should relate to items of public interest within the board's jurisdiction. The law prohibits the board from taking action on items not on the agenda. If appropriate, your comments will be referred to staff for response. When addressing the board, please state your name and limit your remarks to 3 minutes. In accordance with board bylaws, the board will limit the total time of public input to 30 minutes. Those wishing to address the board beyond the 30-minute time limit may do so at the end of the scheduled meeting. And we'll start the public comment at 7:29.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Jennifer Slayton. Many of you know me already. All of you know me already. I wanted to share something, but first I just want to mention I heard a lot of amazing things about Pierce. Viewig also had an amazing family night. My child's going to be going to Viewig, and I'm very excited about that next year. And they had ice cream made from something really cool. I don't know. They had kids making rocks. They had all sorts of things, and my kid came home with pockets full of things he's so excited about. So if you missed out on that, you definitely missed that. But I'm actually here to talk about Inyo Kern School, which, as some of you may have noticed if you have been on Facebook at all, is getting a data center potentially less than half a mile from the school grounds. Now, data centers, a lot we don't know about anything, a lot we don't know about this project specifically, but what's important is that the preliminary process to review this project is happening right now. And the application has actually been submitted to the California Energy Commission, and they're requesting an exemption from a full environmental impact review. And so right now is the time for us to make comments to make sure that that body, who right now is the lead agency on this process, knows the things it needs to look at. The district has just been through this whole learning process, so we know how this works. The first thing you have to figure out is what do you have to learn? And if you're sitting in Sacramento in a fancy schmancy building, you don't necessarily know what they need to learn about Inyo Kern School that's a half a mile away. So obviously we're asking parents, we're asking maybe even students, teachers, staff, we're gonna be asking them to share this. But our school board also has a very important voice. Just to ask the California Energy Commission, the CEC, to do a full environmental impact review, to consider the health impacts of students who are half a mile away when there are 40 3-megawatt diesel generators proposed, when there's fuel for 72 hours on that site, when there will be infrastructure changes that could impact our emergency exits for our children. We don't know. But what's important right now is this is our chance to make sure that they know that we want these things looked at to ensure our children are protected. And since that's the board's job, I would love if somebody would refer that to staff to do a letter, just asking the CEC to do a full environmental review, including the fact that we do have a school that's less than half a mile away, and asking for them to ensure there are no significant adverse environmental impacts that could impact the health of our children or their safety. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. Good evening.
Abel Galvan.
Nice to meet you.
Good evening, Dr. Moore, Dr. Savko, members of the board, community members, and coworkers. Our site employees are having responsibilities added onto their workloads. We were already having issue keeping up and keeping track. Our classified employees are tired, but we're doing our best with what we're provided. Adding new trainings and tools are neat, don't get us wrong. But substitute classified employees should receive trainings. On-the-job training is not, oh, sorry. Oh my gosh. I'll just hold it in my hand. On-the-job training is not a set standard, and it really does depend on the staff per site for accuracy. Classified work is demanding of our time, energy, and care, often leaving us exhausted. Some, even with full-time positions, have a second job to supplement their full-time pay. Our pay scale has collapsed. It's been collapsed. It continues to scare away would-be coworkers. Often we hear, oh, but the hours aren't there. You put up with this for how much? I could never. My favorite reaction, it makes me laugh, that I've heard often from coworkers over the years is, how do you live off that? We get creative. My favorite reaction, well, that's my favorite reaction. Usually it's from a teacher, and it is music to my ears. I'm like, good. Another teacher understands our frustration with the state of things. Our classified personnel appreciate your efforts in trying to fix this. We really do. But you inherited a mess. The can was kicked, and now all we have is the eroded goodwill of our employees. We thank all of you for your kind words and appreciation. We would like to see more meaningful action accompany them to deepen their meaning. We cannot manufacture positivity while drowning in negativity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sylvia Payanis. I'm here again on behalf of the High Desert Heat Academy Travel Basketball Program. On your board-approved objectives, one of the 3 circles is engaged community. However, when a community program comes wanting to use a gym that is just sitting empty, it is slapped with an astronomical fee like $32,000. In that circle, it states, partner culture ensures students are future ready. Our program does just that. Our program is not just a user of the district, we are a partner. We sponsor banners that provide direct revenue to the high school basketball programs. We provide scholarships to graduating seniors to help them reach the next level. We handed out 2 scholarships on Monday at Burroughs, and tonight at their practice, we are recognizing 2 other students who are graduating from High Desert School. We also sponsor players whose families may be experiencing financial hardship. We are shaping these children into productive, disciplined adults, in other words, future-ready students who will have respect and great work ethics. We are an extension of the district's mission to serve the whole child. As an admin for the organization, I see how the driving to Trona 3 to 4 times a week for our coaches, and it is wearing them out. But not only our coaches, our families too. Our coaches are volunteers who give their time to coach and help shape these young athletes of our district. Our 2 youngest teams, 11U and 13U, thankfully don't travel to Trona. I am grateful because my children are on those teams. I couldn't imagine having to drive to Trona 3 to 4 times a week. However, as we move into the summer months, practicing outside, which is what we do currently, and sometimes at Emmanuel, in our desert heat is not going to be very fun. I hope that one day we can work together to come up with a solution that will allow our student athletes to use our facilities. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia.
Hello, I'm Claire Galvin. I don't have anything prepared. So I have been working in the district since I was 19. And I remember that when I applied to work for the district, you know, graduating high school and everything, you wanted one of 3 jobs. You either wanted to get on base, you wanted to work at the hospital, or you wanted to work in the school district. Because at the time, even like close to like getting into food service was still more than minimum wage. And if you were lucky enough to get up to full-time hours, you got the free insurance, and it was, you know, just a great place to work. Fantastic, lovely. So that's what I did. Work for the school district, free insurance, above, minimum wage and everything. And, you move out, you start doing the family stuff, all the things. And prices are increasing everywhere. Prices are increasing with literally everything. The electricity bills are insane. They are out of this world. My rent in the same apartment that I have had for, almost 10 years is up by almost $400. And the free insurance is gone. We're paying for insurance now. I understand why these things happen, but that draw is no longer there to work for the district. You're not hearing people be like, oh yeah, the big three, the base, the hospital, the district. And that is, I think that that's a big part of the problem, is that we're not, it's not as good to work for the district as it used to be. And it's not getting that, it's not getting the youth vote like it used to. You're not having people in high school excited to be like, man, I'm gonna go work for the district when I turn 18. You have people being like, man, I need to leave. And that's, and it's hard when you work here for that long, because you're like, man, I'm still here. And that's hard, because you like the people you work with, and you want to, you want to feel what you felt before, but, it just kind of, it just fizzles, And I think that that's kind of what we're all feeling, is just the spark that used to be there is not there anymore, and we're just trying to get it back. So, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we'll close public comment at 7:40. And we'll move to Policy Review Committee, 8.1, approval of the updated board policies and administrative regulations. And I'm not sure who's doing that.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
So we had a board policy review committee. We have a number of policies on here, mostly cleanup. We did provide minutes and discussion items, so we are happy to answer any questions you may have about these recommendations.
Move the recommended action.
Okay, we have a recommending action in a second. Do we have any questions from the board? From staff or community? Okay, since Jasmine's not here, we'll just go with the regular vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. 9.1, educational administration. Oh, okay. Approval of a 3-year renewal contract with Daybreak Medical PC. Amy Self, how are you today this evening? Good to see you.
Dr. Moore, Dr. Savko, board members. Tonight I'm here to recommend the approval of a 3-year renewal contract with Daybreak Medical PC. Daybreak Medical, there it is. Daybreak Medical is a virtual counseling platform that we have used for the last 3 years that supports student mental health. The program support includes training for our Sierra Sands employees who are designated referral staff, and it provides customer support and a dashboard system for service maintenance and referral tracking. The program services include 12 to 24 sessions for either one-on-one teletherapy or family therapy sessions through a Zoom. They're available to access Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. for our families. The program also provides district and campus mental health awareness materials and topics of the month. So we get regular updates and our administrators get that information as well. The prior 3-year contract, 23 to 2026, expires on May 31st, and the 3-year renewal will extend the service agreement from 2026 through 2029. The financial implications for the 3-year contract are $251,370, and it will be funded through one-time funding source. It is recommended that the board approve Daybreak contract for renewal as presented.
Move the recommended action.
We have a recommendation and a second. Does anybody have any questions from the board?
Just a comment, I appreciate the follow-up information about how much this is being used, and it's just,
Absolutely. Laura Herbert has done an excellent job of helping track that information for us.
Thank you. Staff or community?
I'm just wondering, Amy, do you know if they're building CYBHI for the services they're providing as a community provider?
So we will be, yes. We're in the process of getting that going, and the plan is to start next year billing.
And the reason why I'm asking is because Daybreak, as a community provider, can build themselves and then not charge you.
Oh,
So
okay.
that, we went through a negotiation with them. We declined it because I could pay for a staff member for less. But we went through that process, and what we kind of came up with at the end when we decided to pull the plug was that if we were gonna give them rights to CYBHI billing, which is a headache because I have to do it and you don't want to do it if you don't have to, then they nixed our fees. So you just, I don't know what your timeline is, but you might want to think about that.
Okay, thank you for bringing that to me.
Thank you, Jennifer. Any other questions? This time we'll take a vote. All in favor?
aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. This time we'll do 9.2, adoption of textbook and instruction materials for personal finance, introduction to speech and debate in the history of American sports. Dr. Savko.
Good evening, President Campbell, Superintendent Dr. Moore, members of the board, staff, and community. As you're aware, at the March board meeting, the board approved the personal finance course, and at the last board meeting in April, Introduction to Speech and Debate and History of American Sports, among other electives, were approved. The next step in that process is holding a district instructional materials review committee, which was convened on April 27th. Some of the members of the audience participated in that, and your voice and perspective is greatly valued. And so we presented the recommendations for personal finance, which is managing your personal finances by Cengage Learning. The recommendation for introduction to speech and debate is thank you for arguing what Aristotle, Lincoln, and Homer Simpson can teach us about the art of persuasion. Odd, but true. And History of American Sports by Human Kinetics, Sports in American History from Colonization to Globalization. After the DIMRC unanimously voted to approve the recommendations to the board, a notice was posted on the district website stating that the materials under consideration for adoption were available for public inspection. However, textbooks are always available for public inspection, so just so everybody knows. But we didn't have any folks come in to review the materials. So the financial implications are it will cost about $16,500 for the personal finance texts, about $3,000 for the introduction to speech and debate texts, and I don't have the amount for History of American Sports. It might have been.
Yeah, it's
It got cut off.
$3,500 and $10,000 for personal finance.
There you go. All right, it got cut off. Anyways, we will fund those with Proposition 20 lottery funding, which is restricted just for the purpose of instructional materials. It's recommended that the board approve the textbooks and instructional materials for adoption as presented.
Move the recommended action.
Second?
We have a recommended action in 2 seconds, it looked like there. Does anyone on the board have any questions? Anybody on the staff or community? Looks like Jennifer has a question.
This is why I don't come to meetings, I swear.
I'm telling
But
you.
I just wanted to say, I'm very excited about the classes that we're having. I think cosmetology will be to the next meeting. But, you know, speech and debate used to be, when I was in high school, which was just a few years ago, don't laugh, like Sierra Sands was known for speech and debate. And so I was so excited to see this coming back, but we had a very robust discussion. I learned things about the history of American sports I didn't even know. And the geography requirement has been silly for a long time because the state doesn't require it. So I think this is such an opportunity for our freshmen to find things they care about and are interested in. And maybe it's going to be speech and debate. Probably not. Maybe with that kid. Probably not the other one. So, so thank you, Dr. Sacco, for leading that process and for the board for updating those requirements that needed it.
You know, it's interesting you say that, Jennifer. When I was a youngster, my dad was on the Optimist Club, and they sponsored the speech and debate club. And I remember going to some of those here, and then we went to one in Kern Valley, and it was amazing to see them in action. So I think it's a great thing, and I hope it comes back and does well. So, all right, thank you. At this time, we'll take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. All right, moving on to 10.1, revised job description, Title I, computer paraprofessional. Mr. Ald.
When a position becomes vacant or when operational needs evolve, the district reviews the existing job description to determine whether it remains aligned with current instructional and technological demands. In some cases, the position continues to be needed but requires modernization to reflect updated practices, tools, and site-based responsibilities. VWIG STEM Academy now qualifies for targeted Title I services. And as we prepared to advertise the computer para position, it was determined the job description needed updating. To align with current job responsibilities, the revised job description is included in the board packet. There are no financial implications. It's recommended that the board approve the revised job description for the Title I computer paraprofessional as presented.
Second?
We have a recommendation and a second. Are there any questions from the board? Staff or community? At this time, we'll take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Point 2, approval of memorandum of understanding with the Desert Area Teachers Association authorizing the compensation for the China Lake Junior High School Athletic Director for the 25-26 school year. Mr. Ald.
With the reorganization that took place, it was recognized that we needed to have a position for junior high athletics. And so the district created the position. And now this is how we are going to compensate the person. Moving forward, we've actually added it to the contract permanently, or we're in the process of doing that. We have a tentative agreement on that. So this won't be necessary, but for this year, the MOU allows us to pay the employee that served in that position for his services.
Move the recommended action.
We have a recommendation and a second. Do we have any questions from the board? Staff or community? At this time, we'll take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Point 3, approval of 2027-28 academic calendar. Mr. Ald.
The district calendar committee meets annually to develop recommendations to staff and submit an academic calendar for board approval. Committee members represent DATA, CSEA, DAGA, confidential management, and also elementary, middle, and high school representatives. Academic calendars provide the following information to staff and students and community members: the number of instructional days, holidays, minimum days, and in-service days. There were 3 different options that were mutually created, and then each of the associations took the options back to their members, and the calendar that is being shared today with you is the calendar that was selected as to be pushed forward for possible board approval. There are no financial implications, and it's recommended that the Sierra Sands District Board of Education approve the revised 27-28 academic calendars presented.
Move the recommended action.
Second?
Okay. Looks like I don't know which one you're going to put down, Kim, but we got 3 of them. Okay, the loudest one. Okay, at this time, are there any questions from the board? Staff or community? No? Okay, we'll take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. 11.1, General Administration, approval of resolution number 32-2526, requesting consolidation of November 2026 trustee area election with the statewide general election. Dr. Moore.
Thank you, President Campbell. The Kern County Registrar of Voters has asked us to pass, or asked you to pass a resolution calling for the consolidated election. Now, we have this in our bylaws in the past. We haven't had to bring this every time. But this is their desired protocol, and we did ask a double check. And so we figured it wouldn't cost us anything, and it would make them happy and also save us money, right? So it sounds good. What it does is it saves funding instead of, so the district doesn't have to pay for a full election just for our people. It's consolidated. Now, we always do it consolidated. Again, this is just a new protocol for our district, but what many districts do. Every 2 years, we would anticipate passing a similar resolution unless we find a different process with the Registrar of Voters. So I'm happy to answer any questions.
I'll move the recommended action.
We have a recommendation and a second. Any questions from the board? Staff community? Okay, at this time we'll take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. At this time, 11.2 gets to the district. Mr. Johnson.
The following gift was received. Wacom donated $725 from Mesquite High School for a Heather Care Closet where students can find needed clothing and hygiene products. This donation provides positive support to the district and has a positive financial impact. I recommend that the board accept the gift and present it and send a letter of thanks.
Second.
We have a recommendation and a second. Any questions? Staff, community? This time we'll take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. 12.1, adoption of resolution 332526, authorizing district representatives for state allocation board administered programs. Jennifer.
Good evening, President Campbell, members of the board, Superintendent Dr. Moore, Deputy Superintendent Dr. Savko, staff, and community. My first item tonight is a formality. A little housekeeping item. Recently, we attempted to submit some documentation to the Department of General Services, the Office of Public School Construction, State Allocation Board, and it was denied because I signed it and I wasn't an authorized signer. So we learned that I wasn't, and nor is Dr. Moore. However, we were lucky because our Director of Facilities, Jeff Moore, was a signer, so we were able to get our documentation submitted. But we would like to have the resolution 332526 to update the names so that it is no longer Ernest Bell and Pamela Smith, and change those to Dr. Moore and Jennifer Hayden and Jeff Moore.
I'll move that recommended action.
Second.
Sounds like a good idea. Are there any questions from the staff, board, or community? Board, staff, community. Okay, do we have all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
But I think Mr. Bell would have been happy to come down and sign.
Well,
Just saying.
I was going to say that, Mike, but I thought, I don't know, he might be busy. So
He'd have been delighted.
he would have been delighted.
For a fee.
For a fee. Consulting fee, yes. All right, motion passes 5-0. All right, next, 13, Business Administration, approval of 2526 Proposition 28, the Arts and Music in Schools Plan.
This, again, is a formality, but it's kind of more touching. This is the annual report that we have to give for the 2526 Proposition 25 Arts and Music in the Schools Plan. And it's touching because of all the comments we've had tonight about all of the music and art programs that we have seen. This Proposition 28 pays for that, a great deal of that. We have a budget of $796,870. And we have staff and programs at all of our schools. And so that is the report that we're presenting tonight. And so we would recommend that the board approve our plan as presented.
Second.
We have a recommended action and a second. Any questions from the board?
I have a comment.
You have a comment?
I would just like to point out that this report is the brilliance of Dr. Savko and Connie Williams, because there are two separate reports that we have to do annually that can both be combined, and they have done that, and it is just a streamlined, efficient process. And if the state wanted to figure things out, they should probably talk to those two ladies. So I just wanted to highlight that.
Exactly.
For a consulting fee, right, Dan? Yes. Any other questions from staff?
Just a comment,
Oh, another comment.
listening is not their strong point.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, all right, if there's no other comments or questions, we'll take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Thank you, Jennifer. At this time, we'll temporarily adjourn into the annual Kern Schools Financing Authority Board of Directors meeting. Adoption of the agenda,
No changes?
no changes. Approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of April 16th, 2026. Do we have a recommend? Okay, a second? Second? Okay, we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0, adjournment, and we'll go back to the Sierra Sands Unified School District and board meeting.
Move the entire consent agenda.
Second.
We'll go to the 15 consent counter. We've already moved that. It's okay. We have a second and a recommended action. Any questions from the board? Any questions from the staff or community? Okay, I'll take a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes 5-0. Okay, moving to 16, future agenda items. At this time, I was wondering with the board, do we have any future agenda items that we would like to put to the June 11th meeting?
I don't know if this needs to be the June 11th meeting, but I think we had a request from the public tonight. And I think for me, I would like us to consider some type of inquiry about what might be the effects on our local school in Kern, and/or an understanding of what is actually being asked for as far as a waiver of the impact report, so we can know whether we ought to be taking a position on that project.
Yeah, I think it would,
Would that inquiry be talking to legal, since it's, in my mind, I look at it, it potentially could be out of our jurisdiction, whether it's something that we should have, whether we should seek legal guidance before we.
I think what I'm envisioning is staff doing a little research to find out what exactly is in order and would be appropriate, and then making a recommendation to us on what we might, how we might be involved in the process in order to protect our students and our school and our community.
yeah, I agree with that.
I agree. I think it's
Yep.
a good thing to put on the agenda.
Yeah, so let's put that on the agenda for the,
Pros and cons.
Did that make sense? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
I think
meeting.
there's like too many unknown unknowns right now when you
Yeah,
get data.
that's,
mean,
I want to
for the
understand.
board.
Yeah. So the June 11th meeting, we can put that on the agenda. then.
I don't know if that meets staff's timeline or not. I don't know that the 11th is the necessary time. I just know that I believe we ought to
Right.
do it. It needs to be timely.
Yeah.
But it needs to be something that's within staff's capability.
Yeah, I think it needs to be timely because I know that things are happening, and the more that we can find out and move into this area, we want to protect our schools, and so I think it would be a great idea for the June 11th meeting. Okay. 17, launch.
Wait.
Oh, we have to do a
I have another-
recommendation.
I
Oh, you have
have one.
another? You want to add something else to the?
This one is, I think will probably be fairly simple. I would like for us to consider on a future agenda, a discussion about our presentation of our objectives. So I think over time, when you have something like this that we know is very near and dear to our hearts, and we established it, and we know what it means, and then you look at it every month and every meeting, and after a while, it becomes just wallpaper. I wonder if we, as a board, we might, on a future agenda, discuss some kind of process to highlight portions of it at each meeting. So like, for instance, the chair at the beginning of each meeting might read one segment of it. One of the issues, one of the key foundational items of our board objectives is engage students. Read that at the beginning of the meeting, that's all.
Great.
And move on. And then, and pick elements at each meeting that would be on a rotational basis that kind of keeps it fresh in our mind. And it doesn't just become wallpaper. So that's a discussion for the board to conclude on,
Appreciate that, Mr.
if that's,
Ferris.
if there's interest in doing that.
I think that's a great idea. I don't consider it wallpaper. I'm looking at that thing all the time just because I'm seeing it happen so much. But I think it's great just to remind us all that, hey, this is something that we came together to have, and we need to promote it as much as we can possibly.
And I'd recommend that we add our social contract as part of that too, so we remind ourselves of what we all agreed to and our civility clause. It's the same deal, one moment, one snapshot, and just keep it fresh for all of us, and it lets the public know that we're still committed to the same core values.
I would concur.
Okay.
There's many examples too that go
Oh,
with
yeah,
all these.
I've seen them all the
So-
time here.
And I appreciate, I don't mean to minimize that, I really appreciate the fact that when we have presentations and when we see things, we're able to draw the correlation, hey, this particular program speaks directly to this. And I think that's powerful, but I think it wouldn't hurt for just us to allow that little bit of time each meeting for both those issues, to keep it in front of us in a way that's meaningful. Yeah, it's a good thing, agree.
And it's free.
Yeah.
At this time, any other future agenda items? I don't want to cut anyone off short. At this time for our launch, I'd like to honor a quote from for Memorial Day, which is coming up this Monday. Our flag does not fly because the wind moves it. It flies with the last breath of each soldier who died protecting it. And the author was unknown, but it's a great quote for this Monday coming up. So we wish you all a pleasant end of the year. I hope things go well, and a pleasant summer. Thank you all for coming. We'll adjourn at 8:05.